Whatever. Alright, welcome to Whatever. I'm Dragon Pat,
I'm Alex Drake.
and today we're going to talk to you about Chuck. Chuck is an action fiction TV series that came out starting in 2007 and made it for about 5 seasons. And, okay, that 5th season,
It's
that was horrid. So it's got 4 seasons in reality. Some of which were really good, some of which were and some of them were struggling.
Yeah.
Now, the plot is very simple. Guy gets a supercomputer downloaded into his brain.
Yeah.
So this nerd actually becomes something. Well, he ends up working with the CIA and the NSA, and they go out, they solve all these wonderful things. The first season, by far, was the best.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go reaching for some super cause to fight against. I mean, you went from the first season where there was no real super enemy.
Besides the Fulcrum, which was the agent.
But even Fulcrum wasn't brought out so strongly.
Mm-hmm.
Second season brings out the fight against Fulcrum. Mm-hmm. Third season brings the ring because Fulcrum wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Fourth season,
the Volkovs.
All right. They started digging.
Yeah.
The point is, first season was real good. I enjoyed the first season. Now, there's a couple things in it that really stand out. Number one is Yvonne Strahovski. Sarah Walker.
Yeah.
That's the character she plays, and she is rocking.
Still don't know how a geek and
I'm
how
sorry.
a nerd got her.
If nerds got chicks like this,
all the jocks would wish they would.
The world would change. But not satisfied with just having a hot CIA handler. He's got Sarah Lancaster as his sister.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing his sister Ellie.
Yeah.
Sarah is just, I mean, again, hot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at some of these other chicks in this show. Okay. McKenna Melvin. She plays Alex, which is John Casey's daughter. Hot. Julia Ling. That's Anna Wu. Wow. I mean, those are the regular recurring ones. But then they have the guest appearances that just make you die.
Yeah.
Jordana Brewster, who plays Jill Roberts. Ouch. Rachel Bilson.
Lou.
Ouch. Karina. Mindy Anderson.
Yeah.
Hannah. Christian Crook. Nicole Richie. I mean, and the ironic part is every one of these people that I'm naming, Olivia Munn is one of the Gretas. Lauren Cohen. That's what's his name's daughter. I mean, all these people are involved in Chuck's life, and most of them like him.
Mm-hmm. Even the bad guys end up liking him. Like,
he just... It's just not...
Stan made a guest appearance?
I don't know. Hey, Tyler Martin. Ben Savage was a guest.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny McCarthy was a guest. I mean, John Larroquette.
Yeah. Cool.
Lord. I mean,
That's...
this guy, Chuck. Now, let me give you a scenario here. In one of the episodes, Chuck, whose pretend girlfriend, who is Sarah Walker, Yvonne, and he meets Lou, played by Rachel Bilson. Now, this is not of enough of a conflict right there. They both like him. That's just mind-boggling. Nerds do not get girls like this.
No.
Definitely not Yvonne.
Oh.
Lou runs a sandwich shop. She tells him, come back when your life gets straightened out. He dated Jordana Brewster?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I mean, alright.
Though she's one of those exceptions. She's also a nerd.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only...
So, okay, there is some unconceivable parts here. But the show was good.
Yeah.
That first season was out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we're talking about. Today's episode is the first season.
Yes.
We'll cover the other seasons after this. But that first season, when we first meet Chuck, we meet Yvonne, we meet John Casey,
Morgan Grimes,
who is a weight around Chuck's throat, whether he wants to admit it or not.
And then there's Captain Awesome.
Devin Wood, whatever his last name is in the show, played by Ryan McPartland.
Now he...
The two unsung heroes of the show, they're heroes in the sense that they make this show hilarious. And that is Jeffster. Scroll it down. This is Lester Patel and Jeff Barnes, played by Vic Sahay and Scott Krinsky in that order.
Yeah.
These two are the perverts. I mean, their characters are the most horrid things on earth, but yet they bring such great humor to this show because of that. And then you've got Julia Lynn. Anna Wu is just, she's hot.
Yeah.
Although the description she was given was prostitute at one point.
Still don't know how Grimes got her.
I don't know. I mean, one of the recurring jokes in this is if Chuck could get Yvonne or Sarah Walker, then there's hope for all of us. In reality, if this show was based on true situation, he's right.
Yeah.
If a guy, a nerd like Chuck, and Chuck is a nerd, without any doubt. Nerd. And, I mean, Morgan isn't a nerd. Morgan's a geek. But Chuck is a nerd. And he gets Sarah? Now, I know it's because the trick in all of these is that they have to get to know the nerd. Once they get to know him, they like him.
Yeah, and Sarah even admits, after she had her phone fixed by him, she fell.
She started crushing on him. Because he's such a sweet guy.
Yeah.
And part of this show talks about how not letting situations twist you up and change you from being who you are. And Chuck stays pretty much consistent.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
Dude has a supercomputer in his head and he's still the same.
So this is pretty good. Chuck is a good nerd. And he's a helpful nerd, and I liked him.
At least John Casey eventually grown to like Chuck.
Yes, he does.
Like, oh, I don't want
And
to...
at the end of the first season, they haven't gotten this intersect out of his head yet. But Casey's already been told that when they do, or when they get a new intercept up and running,
To put a bullet.
to kill him. To kill Chuck. Ed Casey is already at the end of the first season, and I
No.
don't think that's exactly fair. He's still going to do it. But
Because he's the soldier.
in the first season, we get Chuck meeting Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck does the tango, meets several bad guys, and several bad guys seem to, I kind of like him.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was a great season. It was full of fun. I mean, there's points in it that are just flat out hilarious.
Yeah.
There's points in it that are just so disgusting they're hilarious. Yes, we are talking about things that come about due to Jeffster.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffster, by the way, if you haven't seen the whole series, is the band that was formed when Lester and Jeff got together. Now, Jeffster does some interesting songs.
Yes.
And they really don't do a horrible job with them.
No, they don't. They actually do pretty good.
That they themselves are slimy people, oh, that's without a doubt. I mean, one of the first things you see about Jeffster is they're trying to do memory camps.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, walking around the store shooting pictures of women's breasts. These are some sick puppies.
Yeah. And then every once in a while, they'll try getting Sarah Walker. Like, dude, quit.
Well, the fact that Jeff keeps trying to say he's gonna date Anna, and she tells him, "No, never, ain't gonna happen."
I'd rather date Grimes before I date you.
And that's what ended up causing her to date Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Joshua Gomez plays Morgan Grimes, and Morgan needs help.
Yeah.
He actually is a lodestone around Chuck's neck.
Mm-hmm.
He brings him down. But he does help set up some very funny scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when they first meet Sarah Walker, and he does the quote. He quotes the Joker from the first Batman movie, and where the Joker played at that time by, oh shoot, mind blank, Jack Nicholson. Where Jack Nicholson first meets Vicky Vale, goes, and he tells the world, "Stop the presses." And so Morgan Grimes sees Sarah walking in and goes, "Stop the presses," and Chuck goes, Vicky Vale," quoting off the Prince song that went with the movie. And meanwhile, he looks like a total idiot, but he recovers and he fixes her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? He's a nerd.
Yeah.
And what is his job? He's part of the nerd herd at a Buy More. A Buy More being Best Buy on spades.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the whole concept is twisted, kind of silly. Okay, very silly.
Yeah.
And yet, it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. First bomb he defused, with a bug.
Yeah, the mechanic on it. A porn star virus.
It's like, that's pretty sad that, I don't need to cut wires, I just upload a virus. Oh, that's one of the things he brings to that meeting. You get the two people that can actually kill people.
And Chuck.
And Chuck. That, you give him
He's
a computer.
You give him a chance and he finds a way to solve things.
Mm-hmm.
Generally without killing people if he can do it.
Yeah, as he likes to say, he hates guns.
He doesn't do this killing thing. But he lets people save him.
Mm-hmm. He's like Patrick. Jane from...
Yes. There's in that he doesn't like guns. But
Yeah.
There's a whole difference. Patrick Jane is on an entirely different level.
Yeah, Patrick Shane, he's freaking awesome.
He
He has a vendetta.
Patrick Jane is on the level of Sherlock.
Yeah.
A mind that moves,
So much faster.
and in such a unique way.
Mm,
And yes, he's a borderline sociopath also. So, Chuck. Number one, as a guy, I'm going to tell you you're going to enjoy this show because there are hot chicks aplenty.
yeah. Even in the Buy More, there's hot chicks as
Yeah, I mean, that Christmas party, where did all these chicks show up from? The only members of the crew that you see are the dorks.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden they have a Christmas party, they got like 6 or 8 hot women there.
They're probably in the cage, staying back like, these.
They made the nerds do their work for them, probably. The thing is, Chuck was a good series. Season 1 was fantastic.
Mhm.
I loved it. You should go see it. If you have not seen Chuck, put that on your list. Bring it up. Go buy the DVDs, the Blu-ray, whatever you want. Download it.
It's on
Apple TV. Let's see. Now, over 86% of the people that have seen this show liked it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 90% short rating. IMDb gives it an 8.2 out of 10. And TV.com gave it a 9 out of 10. And we, of course, liked it because we're going to bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Told you it started in 2007. So, take a little moment out of your life, go check it out. You will not be disappointed with the women that are present. The plots are funny, sometimes stupidly funny, but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the Whatever Show, bringing you the very first season of Chuck.
Like, subscribe, share. Pretty much do the usuals.
You know what to do, come on.
Comment down if you've seen it. What's your favorite character / part?
If you've seen season 1, bring up your favorite part. There's some really cool parts in there.
Yeah.
And some really great guest stars.
Yeah.
Ving Rhames was in there. He's the one who's... Tell me, did you find me intimidating? I was going for intimidating.